Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya waddin. Shalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain amma ba'du. First, let us praise our gratitude for the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the universe and God who always provides safety, health, and strength to us so that we can live this life. Second, we still give prayer and salam to the Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of the last day and the Prophet who broke from the darkness to bright path. It doesn't feel like we are almost approaching the month of Ramadan again, a month full of practice and forgiveness. As Muslims, we are obligated to fast at Ramadan because fasting is one of the four pillars of Islam that we have to do. In the month of Ramadan, apart from carrying out our obligatory obligation, it will be great if we fill Ramadan by adding to our good deeds by reading Al-Quran, giving alms, and also praying Tarawih. Many people during the month of Ramadan do not feel it by carrying out their sunnah, especially the Tarawih prayer that is not complete. On this occasion, I will provide information about how much it's hard for people who don't follow the Tarawih prayer until it's finished. The Tarawih prayer is one of the Sunnah prayer which is only held during of the month of Ramadan. Unlike some other Sunnah prayer which can be held every day of the year, this Tarawih prayer does have its own virtues. Some of the advantages are: the first, Muslim who do it will be forgiven for passing. Second, Tarawih prayer is the Sunnah prayer which was also performed by the Prophet Muhammad SAW during his lifetime. Thirdly, those who perform Tarawih prayer in congregation will get a reward like praying all night long. Fourth, the Tarawih prayer that is done on the night of Laylatul Qadar will make the sin of the perpetrator be forgiven by Allah. The Prophet said, "Those who pray Tarawih follow the Imam to the end. It is written from him the reward of praying all night long." This riwayat Tirmidzi, Ibn Majah, and Ahmad. With the word of the Prophet Muhammad, of course, it will be very costly for anyone who neglects the Tarawih prayer before it is finished. For in era like this, the Tarawih prayer does have to be in the mosque. It can be done in the congregational house with the family as well as can strengthen the warmth of the family. It is narrated that the Prophet said, "Whoever worships Tarawih in the month of Ramadan while believing and sincere, then these past sins are forgiven." Hadis riwayat Bukhari Muslim. Even though Tarawih prayer is a sunnah practice, it is not obligatory. It has own privilege for the Prophet Muhammad because he did it. Therefore, Muslims should also carry out this prayer. Besides that, the Tarawih prayer is also beneficial for our physical health. If we do Tarawih prayer in cycle quite a lot regularly, then it will have a good impact on every joint in our body. And also by performing Tarawih prayer in congregation, we are indirectly doing one of the practice recommended in Islam, namely friendship or silaturahmi. Especially in the month of Ramadan, all kind of deeds and reward will be multiplied. Now we already know how many virtues of Tarawih prayer and how much loss for people who don't do the Tarawih until it's finished. So let us live the Ramadan better than the previous year. That's enough from me. If there is a mistake, I apologize. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, let's say many thanks to our God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us chance and help so we can gather here in this blessing place and without any troubles. Salawat and salam to our Prophet Nabina wa Maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which has brought us from the darkness to the brightness by spreading our Islam religion. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me take your time for a moment to give my kultum about the influence of online games on the development of thinking and also from a religious aspect. So, ladies and gentlemen, nowadays there are lots of online games that are usually played by us or our friends, such as Mobile Legends, Free Fire, PUBG, Genshin Impact, etc. In fact, playing online games is fine if it's not too much. However, there are people who frequently playing online games are likely to be addicted to online games. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, addicted is not good. Addiction can be interpreted as a way towards temporary happiness, which is a person who addicted, indicating that person is bored and or less happy. In the end, addiction causes a change in someone's mindset. For example, emotions become unstable, acting egocentric, and become an antisocial because it is confined in the world being created alone. Ladies and gentlemen, someone who is addicted to online games will experience three things. Among other, forget the time, forget the surrounding environment, and forget the relationship of brotherhood. This of course will this of course will have an impact on religion, which here is Islam. Someone who is addicted will forget to pray. Of course, this has a negative impact in the future if someone keep addicted. Forget the prayer include in the negligent category in prayer, as in the Al-Quran Surah Al-Ma'un verse 4 to 5 that Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fawailul lil musallin alladhina hum an salatihim sahun. Sadaqallahul azim. Which means, then why are punishment for those who pray, namely those who are negligent in their prayers? From the above, this is also the result of forgetting Allah because someone is addicted to online games. Ladies and gentlemen, we can play the online games, but we have to limit the time. If playing online games makes us neglectful of the time and worship, then playing game online is haram. This also applies to people who are addicted to watching movies such as Korean dramas anime, or others until for their time and worship, then the law is haram. That's all my kultum. If there is a wrong word, I apologize. And stay halal, brothers. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear Headmaster of Man Insan Cendekia Pekalongan, Mr. Panca Imam Gutama, I respect my teachers and friends that I love. First of all, let's thanks for always kept in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given grace and also health. On this very happy occasion, I would like to talk about the faith of a Muslim. As we know that our life in the world is very short and temporary, but life in the hereafter is very long and eternal. My friend, fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not expect in a state of Islam with complete submission to Allah. Islam consists of faith and deeds. We always find that these two matters in our holy book. This means that in the eyes of Allah, faith without deeds is useless. Similarly, good deeds cannot be fruitful without the right faith, because the faith is the way of thinking. If you think the wrong way, you will also act in the wrong way. Therefore, faith means right knowledge, right belief, and right thought. Those who follow the Prophet become good, and who did not follow the commands of Allah and the beautiful pattern of Muhammad, they will live in the wrong way. The life of people just for the Allah. The whole acts must be directed to Allah, not others. This is the pure Islam and the true faith of Muslim's life. If we want to have perfect religion in our life, we have to follow the four steps of those successful people by making effort to obtain the six noble character into our life. The first character having the essence, the sentences La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. The second, doing the salawat with full concentration and humbly. The third, knowledge and remembrance of Allah. The fourth, honoring Muslim brother. Fifth, sincerity of intention. And the last, exhorting and converting people by Allah. Thanks for your attention. If I have a mistakes, please forgiveness. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wabihi nasta'in. Wa ala umuri dunya wad din. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Ramdan. I am from class 10 Social. I will deliver Kultum about the importance of reading. Reading is a means to open up space used to know a sense. Of reading, we will get the sense. Even Proverbs says, acquire sense up to China. Good, already instruction used to read in the Al-Quran, Surah Al-Alaq, ayat 1 to 5. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min 'alaq. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Alladzi 'allama bil qalam. Allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. Sadaqallahul azim. Means, try to mention the name of your Lord, who creates, who had created the woman from a lump of blood. Read and the Lord who is most noble, which teaches men with a pen. He teaches what that does not know. We must apply reading from our childhood. Since elementary school, we have to learn to read so that we get used to reading until we are old. There is many benefit that we can be able to read. First, add insight and sense. Second, train the ability to think with and amplifies the power to remember brains. Third, add vocabulary that we will use to talk to people around us. Fourth, increase our creativity. 5. Reading will help you to escape from stress. By our reading, we mean seek knowledge, just are not we all know. By reading diligently, we can also explore to the world. Because of this, I invite you all to continue diligent reading, but read the helpful and add, add science to use. Do not be read things that do not exist benefit here for you. This is all I can say to you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.